Ooh, I'm getting old. Look at this. Look at all. I'm just getting old. That's all there is to it. I'm getting old. I'm getting cranky. Okay. Just getting old. That's all there is to it. I'm getting old. I'm getting cranky. Okay. Just getting old. Okay. Just getting old. I gotta put the volume down. Alrighty. Well, this is, we're going to do a live 1 hour tonight. And this is the, hi Bryan, or hi James, hi Chucky B. It's show this. And I've got my iPad here. Everything is working. I got the camera over there. We're gonna try to do some techie stuff here. If I can get this to work. I don't know if I can get this to work or not. If I turn it like this, I don't know which is the better camera. Ryan says this is the better camera. But we're going to go over some cars and maintenance things here. This is a car here. I think if I just set it like this, maybe you guys could see this. I can see this. So this is a fly car. So I'm just going to get into it. First thing you want to do is you want to buy one of these Way-Hi screwdrivers. W-I-H-A. I'm going to probably stock these, but this is a great Phillips screwdriver. And we're going to take this car apart. So this is what, okay, so let me unscrew this. This is the first, okay, so I had a conversation with somebody this week. Oh, we've only got 28, we only have 9 thumbs up. We need 28 thumbs up. If there's 28 people watching, then you should be the 29th thumbs up, okay? So there we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, or 10, 11, 12. Okay, very good. All right, so I got a call with a customer earlier this week. You know, and he bought a brand new car and it didn't work. And there are a lot of reasons why. Okay, so I'm going to do 132nd first today, guys. Tonight is just a fun night, okay? Just fun. Mark's all upset because I asked him to do a job and he's upstairs. Oh, he's not mad? You're not mad? Do you want me to come up and show you? Do you want me to bring him up? Okay. He wants me to come up there. Okay, so we're going to come up there. I asked him to do a job, and he didn't do it right. He just did it quickly. So we're going to go up there and see what he's doing. He wants to be on camera, I guess. He did the boxes. He didn't take these boxes correctly apart. He didn't flatten them. Now he's flattening them correctly. There you go. Very good.
I mean, technically I did flatten them.
No, yeah, but you just went like this. You just went, you just went like that.
I didn't flatten them.
So he's taking apart all these sets. Okay, right, Mark?
Yeah.
And everybody wants to know when you start working at McDonald's.
Sunday orientation.
Orientation at McDonald's. Boy, is that going to be fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait until his first day at McDonald's.
I can't wait either.
All right. So let's go back down and let's start our little tech video for people that just buy into slot cars and the do's and don'ts. All right. Gen X, Y, and Z. That's right. Millenniums are the worst. And I've got 5 of them. Mark's a Gen Xer, I think. He's actually pretty smart. He's a student. I can't knock him for his grades. He has a little sliver of laziness, okay? And I'm hoping that McDonald's will just take that out of him. And if he takes that out of him, I'm hoping, yeah, if Mark is, that's good. If Mark makes Employee of the Month, the first month of, I'll be embarrassed. Boy, it's hard to work for family. It is, Chucky B. It is. And that's why I don't know if Ryan and I are going to be able to work together, but we're going to try it. All right, so there are certain things you have to do when you buy a brand new car, okay? You do not take it and just put it right on the track, okay, and just go running it, okay? You just don't do that, okay? See, it won't even work. First of all, you just don't do it. Look at that, it doesn't even work right now. Is it plugged in? There we go. You don't do that. Well, why not? It's brand new, it should work. Well, there are reasons why. All right. First of all, this car was made 20 years ago. It's been sitting in a sea container for the last, thanks for leaving the door open. It's been sitting in a sea container for the last 20 years. And so it needs a little bit of tender, loving care. Okay. He left the door wide open. And so I have to freeze my butt off. All right. So the first thing you do is you unscrew the body from the chassis. All right. Now, there might be a lot of people here that are watching that know all this, but you know what? That's your problem. We're doing the video anyway. Okay, so you have to watch this and understand. All right, so we're going to take the car apart. And there are several things of a car that will happen in shipping and in manufacturing that have to be addressed. All right, first of all is that a tire can get, or one of the shims can get popped out in shipping. Okay, you see that? Where that shim, I just popped that out. Okay, or both of them are popped out.
All right, I'm done.
And it's just sitting in here, okay? And it's just stuck in there. All right? Where you have one, see the other one is out. Now, did you go up there and clean everything up? Now that you've got the boxes down, go upstairs and check to make sure everything is cleaned off the floor, okay? Because that was one thing I noticed that was not done correctly. Okay? He knows how I am, and why he hasn't figured it out yet, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe it will hit him all of a sudden. One day, he'll say, you know what? Bryan is so great, I have to do it right. All right, so that's the first thing you want to do, is you want to make sure all of the gears and the shims, everything is correct, because these things can get, like this can pop out. All right, see how that's popped out? Even that can get popped out in shipping, or it's been sitting in a warehouse for whoever knows, okay? Now, this is an interesting car, because see how it's basically got, the motor is, and the tires are just mounted with a single strut. Let's see if I can get a little light on that, better light on that. Okay. So that's the first thing you want to do, is make sure everything is correct. So that when you turn it, see, like right now, that won't work. See that right there? You see that right there? Did you see that, how that won't turn? Because I don't have that shim. So you got everything.
Yeah, even the things that weren't that I did off the.
Well, it doesn't matter. As long as you always make sure the job is done correct, right, everybody? Right, everybody? What's the old saying? A job is worth doing if it's doing right, or a job worth doing is doing right. Correct? There's me right there. I'm on camera right now. All right. So I'm going to let him go right now, because he wants to go play Xbox so bad that his his palms are sweating right now. Brian can't
Actually, that's
clean.
me.
Brian clean his own mouth. Brian, let's see. Brian can't clean his own mouth. What is he talking? See that? Tim's already making fun of me. And he's not even here. What a complete joke. All right, you can go. Tomorrow you're working noon to 3, just so you know.
Okay.
All right, so a job's worth doing. It's worth doing right. That's right. That's it.
3?
Noon to 3. Shut the door. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do is you want to check to make sure all of the gears, all the components are in the right position. Okay? That is important when you do your first test. Now, another thing is making sure, now there's another video on the internet that kind of go over this, but I'm just kind of going to do a brief description, is that, you know, again, these cars have been fastened to this car has been fastened to this holder like this. Let me show you here. I'm just giving you guys what I'm doing right now is important. All right. And the reason I'm doing this is that it's important to understand where these cars have been, okay, and how that is going to affect you when you're racing them. And so these are things you need to do before you race them. But you should do this to every slot car that you buy, is do exactly what I'm doing right now. If you do, you will be happy and your cars will run a lot better. Because this car was manufactured in China 20 years ago. And a Chinese basically took the car, put it onto this case like this, hand screwed it, put the lid on it, all right, and put it in the box. And you know, and that's where this has been for 20 years. It's been stuck in a sea container for 20 years until I took it out. So those tires, okay, let me show you here. Do you have a repair kit for it? No, you don't need a repair kit for this car, okay? All it needs is, so these tires might form a flat surface right here by being mounted to this thing for 20 years. And there's a neat video that shows a guy takes the car like this. Let me go over here like this. Hold on. And let me get some things here. Let me get a cutter here and some tape. All right. And I'm just going to do a brief thing of what he does, but it's still, you should do this. It's very important. And so what he's done is he takes some sandpaper. All right. And I'm just copying what I've seen on another video, a guy doing this, okay? All right, and he tapes it, puts some sandpaper. You could put fine, you could put gritty paper, and he puts the car here, because what we want to try to do is flatten these, or get these tires to be completely round. And so by going like this, okay, now see how that just popped out right there? The first minute, it just popped right out. So that pinion gear and that main shaft popped right out of them. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get it till they flatten out. Of course, the first thing you want to do is make sure your guide braids are in the right position. When they're brand new, they're usually flatter than pancakes. And you want them to be nice, bunched up like this. I'll show you here. And okay, now, another thing I want to say is everybody's got their own technique. Okay? Everybody's the expert. All right? So you will find your own way of doing it. Okay? And that's what you have to do. You know, you'll find a way. There's that popped out again. We're trying to get those rear tires. Look at that gear popped out again. That popped out again. That popped out again. Ha! What you're trying to do is you're trying to sand down these tires, okay, so that they're completely, you're sanding any imperfections on the tire so that when they run on the track, they run smooth all the way across. And let's try some finer grit sandpaper. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Where's my cutter? Right there. Hold on. Alrighty, now we got, this is a more grittier paper. What we're trying to do is we're trying to let the tires kind of wear off. Boy, that thing is just popping right off. And it won't stay. I don't know if that will. Let's put the body back on and see if that gear pops off. It shouldn't, but trying to get that, and it's not catching the track. And this tape isn't very good. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to do is, which isn't working very well, I'm just trying to get the tires in a more circular, trying to get the imperfections out of the tires. Now the shaft came out again. See, it popped out again. See, there's some tires. See, it's sanding down some of the tire. You see that right there? So that's an imperfection. And these tires, these are kind of, they're almost sticky, which this car is going to hold on the track. You can see some of it's coming off. See, these tires, again, these tires were made 20 years ago. Okay, well, rubber, you know, after time does, especially synthetic rubber, decays. All right, and so you might, and I sell a whole slew of different tires. Most tires are kind of the same, especially Scx and then we get tires from Gel Claws, which are great tires too. So you want to, but you want a tire that's going to grip the road well. All right. There, that popped out again. So that's one thing, is getting your tires flattened. All right. Now, a lot of times the grease that's on these cars, you know, they just put a dop, and they're not necessarily doing it precise. They just pop it, you know. Like there's some grease right here, you know, and it's been sitting there 20 years, okay? You might need to clean that out and put some Goo Gone on it. Okay, I like Goo Gone. I think it's a good oil. Okay, because you can look at these tires, okay, and see, you know, they're not, see how they're curved? See how that tire's curved? You want to try to get it flat. So if Bryan eats the rubber from the sandpaper, I will stop watching. It will have more contact, so your tires are having more contact to the track, and therefore run better. So the next thing you want to do is you want to oil this right here. Just give a nice bit of good grease or oil. You could do WD-40. You can use this oil, Inox. Okay. You can use some Inox that I have here, and just give that a little pop. And in the shims, so they're running nice and smooth. Everybody's got their own, but the main thing I want people to get out of today is there are a lot of people that buy these things brand new, and they don't take them out of the case before they run them. They just put them right on the track. So I'm going to show you a car right out of the case, okay? And I want to show you again the braids. All right, watch this. So then we'll get a car. Let's turn this around here. All right, so we got all these cars over here. Let's take a or Scx car right out of the box here. Let's see, we got a car right here. Here's a good one. That's Scx. So well, let's see. Let's do an F1 car, because we haven't really showed an F1. Let's do a Ferrari F1, and then this one. Then let's get a fly car right out of the case. All right, so we got some cars here we're going to take apart. Now we're into 132nd. Now this says the same, we're doing the same thing as if it was HO, okay? There's no difference. Okay, there's no difference. It's HO, if it's 132nd, it's the same thing. Okay, so here's a car right out of the box. Now, and I'm telling you, people will take their cars and put them on the track like this, and for the life of me, I don't understand why. Look at the braids on this car right out of the box. Look at these things. You see how flat they are? You see that? See how flat they are? Look at that one. It's about as flat as you can get. All right. So this car needs to have its brushes adjusted. Okay, and so the first thing you do is you just kind of push them forward a little bit, just so they get kind of bunched up. Okay, so they're not so flat like that. See how it's flat? You want to just kind of scrunch it together just a little bit. I can't get some good shots here. I don't have a good I can't do the, well, I'm trying to do it as best I can. So everybody's just going to have to deal with it. We got 52 people watching, which is great. All right. So we want to push this up together like this. See how we want to widen it so it has a better contact with the see that, how we widen that, okay, compared to that one there. So we do the same thing. You just want to push it to it, which widens the brush or the guide braid. Brush, braids. And then you always want to bend them just enough so that they're not above the blade. Just like that. You see that? Now everybody has, again, how they'd like it. Okay, so you want to just get that. Oh, listen to that. Now, you know why that is? Well, I tell you why that is. Now, here's the problem with some of these fly cars. Now, this car is broken. Now, some people will buy these, and then some people will just buy them to collect them. But here's the problem with some fly cars. Because they've been sitting in sea containers for the last 20 years, every Christmas or every winter and every summer, the temperatures go up to as high as 150 degrees, and it goes down as low as 10 degrees, whatever your lowest or coldest temperature. All right? And here's what happens to these cars. Here it is, baby. You're going to see it right here. Do you see that pinion gear? See that pinion gear right there? That pinion gear is cracked. So there's no contact with the motor. Watch this. I'm going to pull it right off. It's going to come right off the pinion gear. It's got no contact. It's got no contact with anything. Look at that. It's just popping right off. See how it's split right here? See how that pinion gear is split right there? Look at that. Right there, it's split right now. This car won't run for holy hoot. All right? Because of that pinion gear right there. See the crack in it right there? Everybody see that crack in that pinion gear? All right, so what you have to do is buy another fly car that has a metal pinion gear. Because Fly, about halfway through the 2010, or not 2010, but 2002 or 3, they started making metal pinion gears. They had metal pinion gears on their motors. I'm just giving you guys information so you understand what you're buying, okay? I have thousands of fly cars, all right? Some are good, some are not, okay? And, but they're just a great car, the price I'm offering. Okay, so this fly car, brand new, was about $69, all right? I sell it for $35. All right. All right, so that car right there is kind of useless. Brian, you got any Batmobiles left? Yes, yes, Fly. Okay, so here's another car. So here's, see the braids? This is a Scx or Scx. See how those brushes are flat like that? You want to get them to be about here. Right there, right to the end of the brush or the pin right there. See how this side is pretty much good. See, that one's a little low, so we're going to raise that up a little bit, and then we're going to raise this one up a little bit. Okay, so now we have a good, let's put this on track and see how that one races. Is that 16 car on the website? Yes. No. I only have one of these. This is the only one. Okay. I only have one of these. And we're going to be offering this soon. I probably could sell it right now, but I only have one of them. This is kind of a cool car. Kind of neat, isn't it? And then this is a Scx Ferrari. They lost the license to Ferrari back in 2009 because Carrera stole the license for the world. They basically wanted to be the only company to make slot cars, which was stupid. But I will admit that Scx makes the best F1 cars. Watch this. And that's because of their suspension up front. Okay, watch this. See how it all turns? It's really cool. They really have a neat suspension system for their front cars. I always liked the F1 cars from Scx. They were really nice cars. Hey, we only have 24 likes or thumbs up. We got 54 people watching. We need 54 likes. Thumbs up. Okay, that's called thumbs up. Bill, which Instagram post? All right, so this is important that you maintain your car like this, okay? And the more you maintenance it, okay, the better your racing experience will be. All right, that's what I'm doing right here, is just giving you heads up, or giving you tips on how to keep your car clean and how to keep it. Now, somebody asked me about magnets, okay, and I wanted to show you this adjustable magnet system that Scx had in their cars. Now, they're the only ones that have this technology, okay? And so we'll kind of do a video here showing you, okay, so this is the magnet system that's in an Scx car. That's pretty revolutionary. I like this component here. So this is the magnet that is flush. Now, the magnet sometimes is powerful enough to where you can literally, I mean, I could probably, not really. It wants to hold, but anyway, it's a pretty powerful magnet. Now, you see how it's flush with the car, completely flush? Well, by unscrewing these two screws, you can adjust the magnet closer to the track. You see that? See how that's higher now? And so you can keep doing that depending on how much traction you want that magnet to be to keep your car on the track. And you can adjust it to where you think you want a magnet to be. Or you can turn it around and you can screw it right into the chassis to where it's even going further away from the track. And that's only in an Scx car, this type, because it's mounted to their motor mount. Let me show you. So let's do some fun taking apart here. Actually, I don't want to take this apart. I'll go get a motor mount because I have a motor mount over here. Let me go get a motor mount. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, I thought I had a motor mount. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is an Scx motor mount. This is their motor mount that their cars, their motors, their axle, it's all mounted to this unit right here. It's called the motor mount. I wish I could get these. So so you unscrew this. I'll show you what it looks like when you take it completely out. See how high that got? Look at how high that is. How high that. All right, so that's the motor mount. See the motor, and then there's two little notches inside the motor mount. I don't know if you can see them. There's two little notches that's in the motor mount that when you flip this around, then when you screw the magnet back in, it will go further into the chassis. Oh, come on here. The magnets are really powerful, so you gotta screw them in quickly. I was gonna say something about the motor mount, but I forgot. Come on. I don't have my bifocals. Oh well. Let me get my glasses. I can't do anything unless I have my glasses. Sorry about that. But I'm just doing, this is just techie video. I'm just trying to give people, you know, I've sold a lot of sets recently and people buying their cars and they're not working, and I'm telling them you got to do a little tweaking on them or else you're not going to have fun, you know. And so all right, there we go. Oh. See, now we're going to screw that magnet back into the chassis. See, and then it gets flat right to the body. And this is a unique technology for now some people don't like this because they think the motor mount moves too much when the car's driving, and so it slows down. You know, have done the other thing. You know, they complain this or they complain that, and they don't like it. Okay, so that's why they don't like Scx. Plus, they don't like these motors, these cam motors. Open, they like the Hibuchi motor, like these. That's a sealed motor. This is an open motor. All right. Some people will take out these motors and put in a bunch of these motors. Okay. You can buy these retro kits made by Slot-It that you can do all that. You can retro your cars to use the other motors. All right. We just lost 5 people. Well, that's too bad. I'm sure they might come back. This is the money that I had left when I went to Burger King, which was a terrible meal. Okay, just terrible. You know, they just don't know how to make burgers. You know, if you want a good burger, there's only one place to get it that they've done it right. Well, Five Guys, which I haven't been there in 6 months. I'm not telling you why. And then In-N-Out Burger, that's in California. All right, so that's that. All right, so good point, James. That's right. So that is some of the techniques you want to do when you're basically getting your car running, okay, is doing a little maintenance. All right, now this car is not going to run because it's got, we're just kind of tearing it apart. It's got a bad pinion gear. So we're stripping this car down to everything. You got the tire, the rear axle. Now you got the magnet here. Some people don't like magnets. But that's basically a car. You got the body, the motor, the axle. I've got so many fly cars that, I mean, if you ask me, you could tell me, hey Brian, I want 20 fly cars. I'll give you a special pricing for them. All right. And just take them apart and use them for parts. Collect your own parts tray. All right. That's the same thing with. Well, I'm getting old. You know, I notice I'm getting old. Can't show myself anymore. I don't think. I think people are going to throw up if they keep watching me. Anyways, so that's 1/32 scale cars. It's all about playing with them. You know, taking them apart, checking the tires, make sure they're, see now like right here, there's these tires. See how they're how that's going kind of up? There's like a valley here. And that could be sanded out by spinning these tires. Oh boy. Yes, sirree. And these are all fly cars. Most of your cars are kind of the same. Now let's kind of look at HO. HO is kind of a little different because they don't have these little pinion gears. Okay, they don't have the motor. Brian, is SCX stock car set okay? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a good set. Will it upgrade? Yes. The stock car challenge I have, it's a great set. We're gonna start promoting Scale Electric a lot more than we are right now once we get the new track laid up. But yes, we're gonna be starting to show off the SCX stuff. What I recommend you do if you buy the stock car challenge is also buy. See, they don't make crossovers. I'm sorry, for SCX. So I do have the I have crossovers for Ninko, and you buy 2 converter tracks, and then you can put a Ninko crossovers in your layout. Why they don't have crossovers in SCX, I have no idea. Makes no sense at all. But that's how these companies operate. They do just things that don't make no sense. No sense at all. Okay? None. I mean, literally, they don't make any. Poor, tired Brian. Another long day. It was a long day. We were on the phone a lot. I got a lot of shipped out. Run to Sam's. Oh. So let me show you again what we're doing here. I'll just keep this on the display here and just kind of wheel it around. I have crossovers of the old SCX. Those will work as long as you have converters. So right now it's pretty clear here. Now we've got the table all cleared off. This is where the 1/32 track is going to be. Daniel's going to finish this. We've got to finish screwing this in. We got to put it on wheels so that we can wheel this around when I want it. So this will be kind of right here, and this is our main track, our HO track. So over here, the track will kind of be over here. It'll kind of go into a circle, come in here, go under a tunnel, come around here, go up into a mountain, and come down. So that's what we are going to do right there. And then we're going to have, this is going to be our building table. So let's come over here. Let's do a little bit of techie on HO. Okay, so this is our HO table. Our demo, I call our demo track for HO. All right. And this is a this is a extraction chassis. This is your extraction chassis. Now this is missing one of its braids or shoes, which we have right here. And we have some springs. Nope, those aren't. Extraction. Those are wider. I think these are, yeah, these are the thinner ones are for the Thunderjets. The guide shoes are for Thunderjets. I wonder why that doesn't focus. Do I have the guardrails? Let's see. Do you have guardrails for the 1/32 scale electric track? Yeah, you can use the SCX guardrails. He does, James Campbell. Call him and you'll find out on the website. Okay, James, thanks. 32 elk call tomorrow for response. Rear window looks like a broken Toyota. So this is a Thunderjet chassis right here. These are my favorite. People don't like them because they don't go super fast, which I haven't been a fast driver. Now this is something that everybody should learn to do when you're setting up your Auto World set. There's called FLAC, and it's basically when they make this track. I'm trying to find if I can find some. When they make this track and they injection mold these tracks, there's extra it's called flash or FLAC. It's flash, and it forms right here or inside the rail here. And here's a little piece right here. See, this right here, if I could get you to see that. Oh, man. It's a little bit right here. And if your car catches that, then that's going to create a not smooth track. And that's why you should go through your track and check any FLAC or flash plastic that's on the track. Right there. I hope you can see that. Oh, right there. Let me see if I can get it. Right there. And you want to scrape that off. So that when you connect it, you're not going to have a lot of I'm trying to see if there's a lot of extra, a nice smooth connection. Because you want to make sure these are behind this. Sometimes this gets snapped, especially with older cars. They have a solid guide paint and really get them. I don't know what that is all about. I'm just kind of going over the track. And you want to go through and make sure it's all flat. Okay, like this. See, you want to check to make sure the rails are in their grooves. Okay, right there. See, you want to make sure that, see how that piece is sticking up a little bit? You want to make sure that that's down flat. There we go. See, you want to make sure it's flat. These are just little things you do to your track to make sure, because the fact of the matter is they're making 10,000 of these at a time. They can't inspect every one for plastic that's sticking out. See that little piece right here? Every piece. You want to check your whole track for extra plastic. It's called flash. I don't know if it's flash or flack, but it's extra plastic that in the injection molding gets stuck on the track. And it happens all the time, okay? All the time. The Chinese don't have time to check every piece of track. It's impossible. Tim hates when I get real close to the camera. So I thought I would do this for my brother. Real close camera shots. No, I'm just kidding. Because he likes to have a close shot of me. All right? So that's another technique you want to do for your track, is that so there's no extra plastic on your connections, so that you have a nice, sweet connection on your layout. Now, like with my layout here, my beautiful layout here, okay, now we've got a lot of paint on here because when I build it, it's got paint, but it's, as long as you sand the track down, okay, like this, the metal, you want to get the metal to shine. And that's keeping your track clean. And then take a cloth and wipe it down. See, you find all that grub on it. Daniel put this on it when he was building the table so it doesn't get damaged. So that's some techniques you do when you're putting your track together, and that will protect your guide braids. Because another problem, and I'm getting about 200 of them. I was supposed to get them today, but I didn't get them yet. So Auto World had a problem with their guide pins for their Thunder Jets. They snap off. And the problem is they don't have a reinforcement. Well, now they've created a little wedge behind the pin so that it doesn't snap off, okay? That's the magnet. Some people say, well, each magnet is different powered, and it is. Some magnets are more powerful than others, but see, some of them. Okay, so that car has helped. Whoop. We'll put some tanks on the track. Uh-oh, HO drag racing. Oops. You know, that snagged that. So we come over here. I will admit that you have to do a lot of maintenance on these crossovers so that there's no catch. See, there's a dead spot. When you come up to a switch, there's a dead spot of about a 1/2 inch. So what? See, right there is dead. Right in the middle. You got to get just across it. These hand throttles are not the greatest. I will admit that the Auto World hand throttles are not good. They don't have a slow. And they need a better hand throttle. They're working on it. They're actually coming out with a new hand throttle. So this is the Blue Bel Air. The big thing with Auto World is you always want to make sure you just do a little maintenance of your cars, and I've shown this before in the videos. You just want to do a little maintenance. That's all you want to do, is so that the cars will run properly after you get them. I wish the magnet would, or the camera would zoom in and stay focused. Check that out. Well, that's a good shot. That's the removable pinion. That's the magnet. That's missing one of its shoes. And this is an Auto World, or this is a Race Master car, AFX. See how different it is? It's a closed motor. There's not much you can do to it other than maybe oil up the tires, brushes. But their motor and their chip and everything is what they're known for. That's a Race Master car. You're probably wondering, how did I do that? I drilled my thumb back in 2019, or actually 1997. I was putting drywall or slot wall in a wall, and I slipped the drill and it drilled into my finger. I ruined that thumb. Never been the same. That's an Auto World, or I mean a Race Masters. See how much faster the cars are? Race Masters. Watch. And then an Auto World. Remember, every car is not the same. This is what I want everybody to understand. These cars are made by Chinese, thousands of them in 1 hour. All right? They're handmade, they're hand put together. Not one chassis or magnet is the same power. All right? Every car will be different than the other. But the paint job is sweet. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have some, I'm going to be open the store. We got some people coming to the store tomorrow. We're going to be open noon to 5. I'm going to be down at the store. And then I might be doing a live broadcast. I don't know. I think maybe because I want to do some sales tomorrow. I don't know what kind of sale for sets and cars. I mean, I gave away a free car last week for stimulus. I don't know what else to do for a stimulus. Okay. I'm trying to decide how I want to do a stimulus sale, but I'm going to know by tomorrow morning what I'm going to do for a stimulus. I wanted to do this video tonight just so you guys can understand how to do some basic maintenance on your car and keep your car running. These are some of the games that I have. This one game here, I've never played it, unfortunately. Well, I played it a couple times. It's pretty cool. You basically paint these little ships. These are some of the ships I painted. It's called Dystopian Wars. I don't know. I think I've showed you these before, but let me just show you a couple of them that I painted. Pretty good. I'm a pretty good painter. This is an alien ship, one of the alien ships. I painted that one. These are some of them that you paint, you put the detail on them. I've got them pretty much detailed. Takes a lot of time to paint these. You got to put every little gun turret on them. These are their flying ships. These are kind of cool. I'll show you my favorite. I should start playing this game. Actually, we want to start playing some games. Oh, here, the British have some really cool ones. This is a carrier that they made. This one's my favorite one. This is a carrier, okay? And here's the carrier bed. Kind of comes off. And so this is the inside of the ship. Has turrets and everything. And then this is a carrier bed that's placed on it. And you got the little airplanes. See the airplanes? I painted all the airplanes individually. Okay? And so this is one of their carriers. Saga of a 60-year-old boy. That's about it. That's about it. And then this is the Titanic. Or a cruise liner that was from this movie or from this company. Okay, I painted that one. And then this is their giant behemoth. It's called a Dreadnought. If I had a room in my man cave, I would get an HO slot car and go with my 1/32 scale. Well, you can do whatever you want to do. That's the key. Then they have flyers. They have these little flyers. That's the British. It's called Dystopian Wars, and it takes place in the world, but America had lost the Civil War, and so now it's the Confederate States of America. This is the American blimp. Okay, it's a giant carrier. Check this thing out. That's their blimp, the Americans. Okay, and then they have giant dreadnoughts. I love their dreadnoughts. Check these dreadnoughts. They're giant paddle wheels. Anyway, oh well, I just wanted to show you that. Kind of end the show with some of my stuff I've got here. I've got so much stuff that I've been collecting. It's unbelievable. But my favorite game was Man of War, and I was making Man of War. I was making my own Man of War ships. And these are my Man of War ships. I was actually starting to manufacture them myself. I was resin them, putting resin, and basically making them from scratch. And these are some of the ones that I did. This is the called the Great Ship. And I put my own masts and everything, and I painted the ship and all that. These are called Man of War. This was my favorite game of all time, Man of War. The game mechanics were perfect. And then they screwed it up. Games Workshop screwed it up, which they do that quite frequently. Games Workshop can screw up a game faster than they can make one. If I was the owner of Games Workshop, I would come out with Man of War right now. I would redo it, do a big launch, and I could sell millions of it. I could, at least. So, that's that. We've had some fun today, I guess. We've had up to 52 views. Brr. What does brr mean? Brr. Those are fantastic. Brr. What does brr mean? That ship is nice. Cool, cool. So online classroom has years. Joys of teaching high school online. HO takes up a lot of space. No, it doesn't. HO, look at what you could do with a 4x8 sheet of plywood right here. Right here, 4x8 sheet of plywood. Okay, this whole layout, 4x8 sheet of plywood. That's all you need. And you don't even need that. You could do a sweet layout with just 2 feet of track, 10 feet long. You could run it along the side of the walls. You can run it anywhere. Okay? That's one thing nice about HO. Less space, I meant. You can do it. Because the radius, here's the radius of HO. Less than 2 feet. And then you could go in, you can go up. You could do whatever you want. You don't need a huge wide layout like this. It's all your own ideas. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody, is that you have to be creative. So here's the picture that my brother did of the Bel Air. So here's the Bel Air, and so he's going to be doing these sketches. I think this is just beautiful. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's beautiful. And he's going to be, it's all going to be finished. There'll be matte painting and everything. It will look beautiful. Hidden treasures. Look at that. Isn't that neat? And so these are things that we're working on for our customers. All right. Sell it, Tim, not, okay, wait a minute. Sell it, Tim's not there, LOL. Looks great, looks great. It does look great. I think this is actually beautiful. Okay. And he's going to have nice matte painting, maybe a town or whatever. We don't know yet. Okay, it's okay. Ha, David G. Well, we've got 41 views and 41 likes, and so that's pretty good. And I wanted to do this video just kind of, well, you know, people like our videos, and so I wanted to do something, you know, that everybody could see what we're doing, because we're going to be, this table right here is going to be our construction table. So I'm going to do a video of me just building rockets on a Saturday. I've got 5 rockets over there I want to start building, and I want to lay them out and then just show you how I do it. Because we want to get you into rockets. We want to get you into trains. We want to get you into model building. Okay, I've got models here forever. My favorite model, if you don't know, I've got the Sea View. Where's the Sea View? Where's the Sea View? Oh, it's right there. From Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I've had that for 10 years. I'd like to build that thing. I got so many model kits. P-51 Mustang, I got that I'd like to build. I just got too much stuff. Not enough time to do it. You know what I'm saying? But we just have to do one thing at a time. the Seaview. That was my favorite ship. Build a tank. That's right, Chucky B. Build a tank for my Seaview model. Plus, I have the Jupiter 2. I gotta paint that thing though. My Jupiter 2 model kit. I got a Jupiter 2 over here, right there. And I got a Chariot. My sons, Ryan, used to build guns for Warhammer. He built these props for cosplay. Check out this Warhammer 42. What do you call them? What were these guns called in Warhammer 42? Shoot. What movie are you going to watch up in the cigar room tonight, LOL? I'm going to watch, I'm not going to watch a movie. I'm going to watch Tell Us a Sub Story. Oh, gosh. Okay, what sub story do I want to tell? I don't really have a sub story to tell. It's just, well, the one thing that was fun is when we left Holy Lock, Scotland, and we'd have to then go to our alert place. Now, what do you mean by alert? Well, when we started, because I was always on the gold crew, and there were 2 crews on a submarine, and you'd go out for 3 months. That you would go to your place that you were going to be on alert. That means that you were, in case of a nuclear war, that's where we'd launch our missiles. All right? And we would go to our alert position. And that was normally, it was either in 2 locations. It was either somewhere off of Africa or in the North Atlantic. I can't tell you, well, it doesn't really matter because they don't do it anymore. And so we would leave Holy Lock, Scotland. We would leave on the surface. And it was really cool because porpoises would follow us. Tower, and it was really cool because you'd have these porpoises diving over the sub. It was really cool. It was sweet. You know, honestly, being on a submarine, the most advanced piece of equipment ever made, next to the shuttle, space shuttle. It was bar none, the funnest thing I ever did in my life was being on a submarine. And if I could do it again, I'd go on a submarine right now. So if somebody would call me and say, Bryan, we want you to go on a submarine for a month, I'd say, okay, let's do it. When are we going and how long? Okay, I would just go on there just for the fun of it, just to give some levity to the crew. Okay, tell stories and all that, just have fun. Okay, but I know that's not going to happen. Ever Aries situation on sub, you know, there was really never any scary situation, really never. And the reason being is that when you're qualified to be on a submarine, you had to go through qualifications. You had to know every bolt, every switch on that ship, on that sub, on that boat. They were called boats, not ships, by the way. And it was the safest thing, really, to be on anything. The nuclear, if there's one thing we want to do about nuclear power in America, if we wanted to start having a lot of it, we should put it in control of the Navy. Because they know how to keep their submarines running the most efficient and most effective. Okay? That's why we've never had a nuclear accident. Because we know how to run nuclear submarines. The Russians don't, unfortunately. Theirs are junk. Everything Russia makes. Well, I don't want to knock Russia, but I'm just saying that let's say the Soviets. Anything that came out of the Soviet Russia was junk. Okay? So anyway, so I really never had any, no close calls. We never had any close calls. It was pretty much, you'd go on alert and we'd patrol the same area for 3 months. And when we got done, we'd head back. We went to one day we went to Barbados, West Indies for a Liberty for a weekend after our alert time. We couldn't pull into port because we were nuclear, so we had to stay off of the shore, and we were swimming off the boat and everything, and there were sharks. And so they were shooting the sharks in the water. And then some dolphins showed up, and the sharks left, and so we could go back swimming. That was probably the most intense part of my life, was that. But no, nuclear-powered submarines were pretty awesome. Probably the neatest thing I think I'd ever done in my life. But anyway. So tomorrow we might go live around noon. And I'll just have the camera on in the workshop because we're going to be open. I have a couple customers. One guy's coming from Fremont, wants to check out what we have. Do you have a church service on sub? Yeah, they had a little chapel, and we would do Sunday school on Sunday. I always wondered if one guy in the submarine farts, do all hands get a No, that's one thing about a submarine, is that the air is purified. See, this is the thing that was so important. The air was purified literally every second, because you have a submarine that is self-contained underwater, and you had 190 now, maybe 100. How many people are on board? 100 people breathing, exhaling carbon dioxide. All right. So you had to change that air faster than you can breathe it. That's why, I don't want to get political or anything, but that's why this whole mask thing is the biggest joke on earth. Because one toxic chemical or gas on a submarine that is the most deadly is me exhaling carbon dioxide. And so we're telling people here and around the country, oh, we want you to wear a mask all day long. Oh, yeah. We want you to breathe your carbon dioxide all day long. Well, how's that going to work long term? Well, they're finding out already that you're getting mouth disease, you're getting fungus in your mouth. Not for me. Listen, I was on a submarine. I know what carbon dioxide does to you. It kills you immediately. And that's why we had CO2 scrubbers that would scrub the carbon dioxide right out of the air. Anyway, all right, so that's that question. What other question do we have here? I wonder how nurses survive. They don't, exactly, and a lot of them will tell you that they're useless. A lot of nurses don't like using them. And they don't wear them 24/7, okay? Ever since now this pandemic they have, but during surgery, you wear it just during surgery, and that's it. Okay, what's next here? Bryan, Bryan, you get that from not washing your hands. Wait a minute. How many nurses survive? 100 travel adventures, see the world. Yep. I always wondered if one guy in submarine farts, do all hands get a whiff? No. So that's about it. Brian Young, Tony Bear, get that from not washing your hands. Any updates on the Black 55 Bel Air? When is the last time a torpedo fired in anger? We had about, I think, 20 or submarines, Torpex, not Torpex, but we never used them. We might have done a test, but that was about it. Falkland Islands was probably the last time, but we weren't a part of Falkland Islands. What else? I think that's about it, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go up and beat 82 war Britain against Argentina. Yeah. I'm going to shut down. Been a busy day. I need to relax. Daniel had his birthday. We went to Ninja Steakhouse. That was a lot of fun. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. We did an 80-minute video tonight. We've got up to 50 viewers, and we had 41 likes. That's pretty good. We thank everybody for watching. Tomorrow we're going to have some specials. I'll talk about the specials tomorrow when we start our live at 12. You're the best, Bryan. Thank you very much. Carry on. Have a great evening. Carry on. Everybody, God bless, and all have a wonderful evening. It's your wallet now. All right, guys. See you later. Have a nice night.